Bonjour classe. Aujourd'hui c'est mercredi le 3 avril. This of course I'm doing this video ahead of time. So what we're going to do today is you're going to answer the following questions about what you eat as far as what you eat and what you drink. So when we do that we have to use what we call a form of de. Okay? When we say we eat some of certain foods, we might have to use de la before a noun that is feminine, du before a noun that is masculine, or de before a plural noun. And usually those nouns, when we say when we even say them in English, if we say I eat bananas, for example, we don't say I eat banana, we say I eat bananas. So it's something that we can count, then we have to use de. So, and then that means the noun would be plural, so de before a plural noun. Sometimes we may also use de l'apostrophe because before a noun that begins with a vowel or vowel sound. All right, so for example, if I want to say that I eat ham, chicken, and bacon, all right, we can't say I eat hams, chickens, and bacons. That doesn't make sense. All right, we can't necessarily count those items. So we don't say de in front of them, but we do have to say du because jambon, poulet, and bacon are all masculine. So je mange du jambon, du poulet, et du bacon. We don't say je mange le jambon, all right, like that, okay, because that would mean that we eat all the ham in the world, and we don't do that. We can't just have all the ham in the world in front of us and eat it all. We can say we eat some ham. We eat ham in general, so du jambon, for example. All right, what if we eat something that we can count? For example, if I say I eat apples, well then we would have to say je mange des pommes because pomme can be counted. You can eat apples, all right? So we don't say I eat apples, so you wouldn't say je mange de la pomme, all right, unless we're talking a part of an apple. But apples in general, we say des, all right? So anything that we can count is typically going to use de. Anything that we can't count, we'll either use de la if the noun is feminine, or du if the noun is masculine. So, for example, qu'est-ce que tu manges comme viande? What do you eat in the way of meat? Okay, and that viande, you should have seen that in one of the videos, I think in Monday's video, what viande is. So, qu'est-ce que tu manges comme viande? Well, if I were to write, I would say je mange du jambon, du poulet, et du bacon. Jambon. How do you know if it's masculine or feminine? Go back and look at your notes. All right, if it has a le or a du in front of it, or a un, you know that it's masculine. Okay, but remember, things that we can count, we have to use de. So here we go. So let's see. Qu'est-ce que tu manges comme viande? Je mange du jambon, du poulet, et du bacon. What if I said I eat turkey? All right, well, turkey happens, depending on how you say it, you could say it in the feminine way. So you would say, je mange de la dinde, all right? You don't say I eat turkeys, so you would use the de la there. What if I, let's see, ate, well, that's enough for me. I want you to make sure that you list 3 of each category of food that you eat. Okay, it's just like I did here. Je mange du jambon, du poulet, et du bacon. All right, what about fruits? Qu'est-ce que tu manges comme fruits? Well, if I were to say mine, I would write je mange fraises. Can you count fraises? Yes, you can count fraises. So you use des. Je mange des fraises. What else kind of fruit do I eat? Je mange des fraises. Je mange des cerises. Cerises, you can count. Et des raisins. Grapes, because grapes you can count, all right? So those would be my three fruits that I eat. Je mange des fraises, des cerises, et des raisins, all right? No, I'm not leaving it there. All right, qu'est-ce que tu manges comme dessert? All right, desserts tend to be, depending on what the dessert is, it could be counted or not counted. It depends. So, for example, if I was to say, okay, je mange, I eat cake. I would say je mange du gâteau because we don't say I eat cakes. So, mange du gâteau. But crepes, you count because it's just, you have to say that in the plural. I eat crepes. It's just like in English, you would say that in the plural. So, je mange des crêpes. All right, je mange du gâteau, des crêpes, et maybe I eat a yogurt for dessert. If that's the case, then du, because yogurt, we don't say yogurts. So always ask yourself, would I say that same food in the plural in English? If you would, then chances are you're going to put des. You're 99% positive you're going to put des. If chances are not that you would say it in the plural in English, then you're either going to use du or de la or de l'apostrophe, and make sure that you go back and see what your gender of your noun is. All right, so, whoops, okay, we're good. All right, qu'est-ce que tu bois? Now, I can tell you right now that most of the time, when you talk about drinking drinks, you are more than likely never going to use des, okay, because you can't really count the drink itself. You can count what the drink is in. You can count cans of things, bottles of things, but the drink itself you can't count. So when you can't count it, you're limited to either du, de la, or de l, all right? Or you can say un or une. Okay, something like that. So, for example, qu'est-ce que tu bois? What do you drink? Qu'est-ce que tu bois? Je bois du café, because you can't count coffee. Je bois du café, de l'eau. Here is my example of the L apostrophe. Je bois du café, de l'eau, et quelquefois, sometimes, quelquefois du coca. Okay? So notice, when it comes to drinks, a rule of thumb is you are not going to use des. You are most of the time going to use du, de, or du, or if it's feminine, de la. And I'm trying to think right now if I can think of anything de la that's feminine. And off the top of my head, I can't. So you're going to write your three drinks, whatever that may be. All right. Qu'est-ce que tu ne manges pas? When you are talking about things you don't eat, it's probably the easiest thing to do because guess what? Then all you have to do is use either de or d apostrophe. All right? So, for example, if I said je ne mange pas, I can say je ne mange pas d'escargot. I don't eat snails. All right, notice I have to use the D apostrophe because of escargot begins with a vowel. So when you go back and you look at your foods that you don't eat, make sure that you look and see if it's got a vowel or not. All right, je ne mange pas d'escargot. All right. And you really only need to put one food. That's fine. Yeah, just put one food. Je ne mange pas d'escargot is what I would put. All right? So, let me go back. Oops. and then what you don't drink, same thing. You're going to use either de or the apostrophe, and you're going to do the same thing. Je ne bois pas. Just like up here, you put je bois, you're going to make it negative. Je ne bois pas, de or the apostrophe, and then something that you don't drink. Actually, let's go back and say, do 3 things you don't eat and 3 things you don't drink. All right, so it would look something like this. Je ne mange pas d'escargot, d'épinards, which is spinach, et du noix de coco, which is coconut. By the way, if you know, or if there's a food that you want to be able to say in French, then what you need to do, and you can go to my webpage for this and go over where it says useful resources, okay, and where it says word reference, click on that, all right, and you type in the food. For example, if you want to type in the word for spinach, all right, then épinard comes up, okay. If you want to say that you don't eat spinach, then you say je ne mange pas, begins with a vowel, d apostrophe épinard. Je ne mange pas d'épinard. All right. Maybe you do eat spinach. Then you would say je mange des épinards. Or, no, would you say je mange de l'épinard or des épinards? Je mange des épinards. You would say je mange des épinards. All right. It's actually, it is uncountable, but you would say des épinards, believe it or not. It's weird. All right. If you're, tu as des épinards, yeah, you would say, if you're eating it, if you're planting it, it's de l'épinard. If you're eating it, it's des épinards. So, you can use word reference. Say if you want to say that you eat shrimp, all right, then it's crevettes. Well, crevette you can count, so you would say je mange des crevettes. Or if you don't eat it, je ne mange pas de crevettes. So forth and so on. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop. And so you're going to actually fill out that handout, take a picture of it, and email it to me. All right, my email is apeek@albinisd.net. Or you can upload it or turn it in to Google Classroom. Either way, I need to see it somehow. And also put it in your notebook. Put the hard copy in your notebook. Whatever, I just need to know that you've done it. Okay, whichever way you decide. Take a picture, email it to me. Share it with me through Google Classroom. Share it with me, share with me through Google Classroom. Any way like that. All right, bon après-midi. Oh, and if you get done, go to Duolingo and work on your Duolingo.